Have you ever faced a winter that felt like it would never end? I am not talking about the season on the calendar. I am talking about the winter of the soul. That period of time where everything is cold, everything is dark, and you feel completely isolated. The sun has gone down on your life, and it was a world of white and blue, vast and indifferent. And standing there on the frozen ocean was the emperor penguin. We often think of nature as cruel, but watching the father penguin, I saw something else. I saw duty. I saw a discipline so profound it brought tears to my frozen eyes. The story begins with a departure. The mothers lay the egg, and then they leave. They have to. They are exhausted, and the ocean, the source of food, is miles away. So they pass the single precious egg to the father. This transfer is the most tense moment I have ever filmed. The egg cannot touch the ice. If it touches the ice for even a few seconds, the life inside freezes and dies. They move with such delicate, trembling precision. It is a dance of trust. And then she leaves, and he stays. Imagine that. Imagine watching the only other living soul you love walk away into the horizon, leaving you alone in the coldest place on earth. He tucks the egg into a pouch of warm skin above his feet, and his vigil begins. The sun sets, and it doesn't rise again for months. I stood there in the polar night, listening to the wind howl. It sounds like a scream that never stops. The temperature drops to 60 degrees below zero. It is a cold that burns. It is a cold that wants to stop your heart. And yet, the penguin stands. He doesn't move. He doesn't eat. He doesn't sleep in a warm den. He stands on the open ice, facing the full fury of the blizzard. Why? Because he is holding the future on his feet. It reminds me of the sacrifices we make as parents, or as leaders, or as dreamers. Sometimes to keep a dream alive, you have to stand still and take the beating. You have to endure the cold. You have to starve your own needs so that the fin you are protecting can survive. There were moments when I looked at them, thousands of them standing in the dark, and I wondered, how do they not give up? How do they not just lie down and let the cold take them? The answer lies in the huddle. This is the most beautiful metaphor for community I have ever seen. When the storm hits its peak, when the wind is blowing at 100 miles an hour, the individual cannot survive. The self is not enough. So they come together. They pack their bodies tight, shoulder to shoulder, back to belly. They become one giant living organism. I watched this massive life move. It was a slow, rotating wave. The penguins on the outside, facing the wind, would slowly shuffle their way into the center to get warm, and the ones in the warm center would slowly shuffle out to the edge to take their turn facing the storm. It wasn't selfish. It was shared suffering. They understood that if one dies, the heat is lost. They need each other. We humans, we often try to weather our storms alone. We think it is heroic to suffer in silence. We isolate ourselves when we are in pain. But the penguin knows the truth. You cannot survive the winter alone. You need the warmth of others. You need to let someone else take the wind for a while so you can heal. Month after month passed. The father penguins lost half their body weight. They were starving. They were exhausted. They were just skeletons covered in feathers. But they never dropped the egg. And then one day, the silence broke. It wasn't a loud noise. It was a tiny, high-pitched peep. I zoomed in with my lens.
Hey, get out of the
A
garden!
crack appeared on the egg,
could something so soft, so fragile, come from something so hard and cold? The father looked down at the chick. He had nothing left to give. He was literally running on fumes, but he managed to cough up a tiny bit of secretion, his very last reserve, to feed the baby. It broke my heart. It was the ultimate act of selflessness. I am dying, but you will live. And just when I thought, he can't make it any longer, I saw a speck on the horizon. The females, they were returning. The sound of the reunion was deafening. Thousands of voices calling out to find their specific partner in the crowd. The joy was palpable. It wasn't just instinct, it was relief. When the mother took the chick, and the father was finally free to go to the ocean, I watched him walk away. He stumbled. He was weak. He slid on his belly because his legs were too tired to walk. But he was alive. He had done his job. This journey taught me that winter is not forever. No matter how dark your life feels right now, no matter how cold the wind is blowing, no matter how lonely you feel standing there, holding on to your fragile hope, the sun will rise again. The help is coming. But until it does, you have to stand. You have to huddle with your people. You have to protect that dream on your feet. You are stronger than the storm. You are built to endure the night. Just hold on a little longer. The ice will break. The sun will return. And life will win.